Hey everybody, welcome to the reading of Surah 5 by me, Beau. Why do I do this? Because growing up, I never really read these sources, these religious sources. I wasn't around the Bible, I wasn't around the Quran, I wasn't around the Hebrew Old Testament, what we call the Old Testament or the Hebrew Bible. But many of these ideas that are in the world come from these sources, and many people have never actually read them. So that I find that fascinating, that a lot of people haven't even read the sources of where a lot of ideas come from, different world views and such. And I find it fascinating that people can be in a particular religion and not actually read the source material of that religion. That I find that fascinating too. So sometimes you'll kind of know this by maybe quoting a passage from the Bible or something like or from some other source, and people have never read it, so they go, what? I never knew that was in there, or, and even though they might be in church forever, they just have never read the source material. You think of how many things we do in a day, and it doesn't take that much time to just pick up a book and open it up and read it. Many people read fictional books and, all kinds of saga books, and yet they have never picked up some of the most famous books ever, right? Penned, so to speak. So I find that fascinating too. And the Quran's one of them. There's many countries that hold to the teaching of the Quran, and so I find it very important for us to go through it. Even a guy like me, a person who's raised very humanistic, very Southern California, secular, atheistic, and progressive. And so though I am not atheist, I'm not an atheist today, that's how I certainly grew up, and I wasn't around this. So this is Surah 5. This is called the table. Again, it's not about a table, but a table is mentioned in the surah. And so it says, in the name of Allah, the Compassionate, the Merciful, O you who believe, fulfill your obligations. The grazing livestock is made lawful for you, except for what is announced to you, game being unlawful while you are on the pilgrimage. Indeed, Allah commands what He pleases. What we always find in the surahs is always a very kind of boasting of Allah's attributes. It's almost like a constant, certainly a resuscitation to which what the Quran is all about. But it always kind of gets to this: Allah is great, Allah is this, Allah is that. So we see that over and over. So these are obviously going to be about laws, commands that are given to those that are Muslim. O you who believe, do not profane Allah's monuments, nor the sacred month, nor the offerings, nor the garlands, nor the journeying to the sacred house, seeking the favor and pleasure of their Lord. But when you have left... Sorry again. But when you have left the sacred areas, then go hunting, and do not let your hatred of a people who stopped your going to the sacred mosque seduce you to transgress, but help one another to righteousness and pious duty. Do not help one another to sin and transgression, but keep your duty to Allah. Indeed, Allah is severe in punishment. Okay. Forbidden to you are carrion and blood of the flesh of pigs, and what has been dedicated to any other than Allah, and the strangled, and what was beaten to death, and what died from falling from a height, and what has been killed by horns, and what was devoured by wild beast, except for what you make lawful, and what has been sacrificed to idols, and that you swear by divining arrows. This is an abomination. This day those who disbelieve are in despair over your religion, so do not fear them. Fear me. This day I have perfected your religion for you, and completed my favor to you, and have chosen Islam as the religion for you. Whoever is forced by hunger to sin against his will, indeed Allah is forgiving and merciful. I find that phrase, I have chosen, and I have chosen Islam as the religion for you. Not so much that it might be true or not, but it's just I've chosen the religion for you, and it's Islam. Oh, I find that. And Allah is forgiving, merciful. It's just interesting how it reads. They ask you what is made lawful for them. Say, good things are made lawful for you. And those beasts and birds of prey that you have trained the way hounds are trained. You teach them what Allah taught you. So eat what they catch for you and mention Allah's name upon it. And observe your duty to Allah. Indeed, Allah is quick to take account. This day good things are made lawful for you. The food of those who have received the book is lawful for you, and your food is lawful for them. And so are the virtuous women of the believers and the virtuous women of those who receive the book before you, when you give them their marriage portions and live with them in honor, not in fornication, not taking them as secret lovers. Whoever denies the faith, his work is vain, and he will be among the losers in the hereafter. O you who believe, when you rise up for prayer, wash your faces and your hands up to the elbows, and lightly rub your heads and your feet up to the ankles. And if you are unclean, purify yourself. And if you are sick or on a journey, or one of you has just relieved himself, or you have had contact with women, and you find not water, then go to clean, high ground and rub your faces and your hands with some of it. Allah would not place a burden on you, but he would purify you and would perfect his favor upon you, so that you may give thanks. Remember Allah's favor upon you and his covenant by which he bound you when you said, we hear and obey, and keep your duty to Allah. Indeed, he knows what is in the hearts. O you who believe, be steadfast witnesses for Allah in equity. And do not let hatred of any people seduce you, so that you deal unjustly. Deal justly, that is nearer to your duty. Observe your duty to Allah. Indeed, Allah is informed of what you do. So it sounds like a lot of laws within the community of Islam, living with one another. Allah has promised those who believe and do good works, theirs will be forgiveness and immense reward. And they who disbelieve and deny our signs, such people are rightful companions of the blaze. Ooh, that's a new one. Of the blaze. Huh. That's cool. It's kind of a neat word. It kind of identifies a level of hell, right? The blaze, there's going to be a blaze there. Now, if you've read the surahs before, you know that every surah mentions the punishment that you're going to go through because you don't trust Allah and his messenger, and it talks about it a lot. It is predominantly, the surah is probably good 60-65% just talking about the punishment of unbelievers, people that reject. And so more than half of this book is just simply knocks again, just, hey, you're going to hell and you're going to hell. But it says it in various ways. Impending doom, you will be logs on the fire. This one's, you're going to be companion of the blaze. Man, that's interesting. Oh, you who believe, remember Allah's favor to you, how a people intended to stretch out their hands against you, but kept their hands from you, and keep your duty to Allah. In Allah, let believers put their trust. Allah made a covenant of old with the children of Israel, and we raised among them 12 chieftains. And Allah said, indeed, I am with you. If you establish prayer and give alms and believe in my messengers and support them, and lend a good loan to Allah, surely I will forgive your sins, and surely I will bring you into gardens under which rivers flow. So again, the idea is if you do certain things, then you can come into the kingdom, kind of idea. And, the covenant old with the children of Israel, this is now being attributed to Allah. So instead of Yahweh, it's being attributed to Allah, meaning speaking to the Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and what you know as the Torah. It's if you read the Torah, it's talking about God, Yahweh, the Elohim, is one word or title for God, Elohim. The other one's a name, Yahweh. Then there's other ones, the God who sees, the mighty God. There's a God of war, which is translated, I think, God of host. But, you read that throughout the Torah. And now it's what the Quran's doing is it attributing it to Islam. So it's just taking it, extrapolating it, and saying, hey, instead of this being, in Jewish vernacular, with words, it's now kind of the Arabic is coming up upon it. It's all being, or I don't know if that's really right, but it's taking it and putting it into Islamic worldview. It's all really Islam. I hope that helps a little bit. And so it says, let's see. Whoever among you disbelieves after this will go astray from a plain road. And so warning against disbelief. And because of their breaking of the covenant, we have cursed them and hardened their hearts. So it's definitely a works-based salvation. We have cursed and hardened their hearts. Again, the we. I always really interested with why it says we so much. I'm definitely going to have to look into that. They change words from their context and forget a part of what they were reminded about. You will not stop discovering treacherously from all except a few of them, but bear with them and forgive them. Indeed, Allah loves the kindly. So it seems like it's about forgiving the Jews or the Christians for their not knowing the scriptures well, or not knowing them at all. Or it could be that they did know them, but they would not succumb to the way Allah through the Prophet Muhammad was saying, was interpreting it. And because the Jews and Christians didn't believe in Muhammad, they were the unbelievers. But it says, bear with them and forgive them. Indeed, Allah loves the kindly. So that's cool. Even though that's really a rarity. I mean, man, that's a rare passage where it kind of goes that direction. Because it's usually much more judgment. And with those who say, indeed, we are Christians, we made a covenant, but they forgot a part of what they were reminded about. Therefore, we have stirred up enmity or hatred and hatred among them until the day of resurrection, when Allah will inform them of their handiwork. Okay, so the Christians are wrong and the Jews are wrong. Who is right is Allah and the messenger. So we get really an idea from the Quran that it's Islam only. That was very clear in earlier surahs. And that Abraham and Ishmael, Isaac, and Jacob, they were all Islamic. And that the Jews and the Christians are wrong. O people of the book, now our messenger has come to you, explaining to you much of what you used to hide in the book, and forgiving much. Now, light from Allah and a clear book has come to you. So the Quran is considered without discrepancy, it already said, and it says it's clear. Okay. by which Allah guides him who seeks his good pleasure to paths of peace. He brings them out of darkness to light by his decree and guides them to a straight path. Okay, it sounds very like a passage in the New Testament in the book of Peter. We have gone from the kingdom of darkness to his marvelous light, talking about going toward the Messiah. The Messiah is the light of the world, right? So, but here it's of course attributed to Allah, and he guides to a straight path. They indeed have disbelieved, who say, indeed Allah is the Messiah, son of Mary. Say, who then can do anything against Allah if he has willed to destroy the Messiah, son of Mary, and his mother and everyone on earth? To Allah belong the dominion of the heavens and the earth, and all that is in between them. He creates what he wills, and Allah is able to do all things. So this is the idea that that it's kind of saying that Christians are wrong, or and to believe, in the divinity of Jesus. That there's those that say that Jesus is the Son of God, God in human flesh, that the God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. God literally manifested himself on the planet and loved the planet so much he would atone for the sins of the world. They're saying, like, nope, that you'd be considered an unbeliever. So it's critiquing that. It says, the Jews and Christians say we are sons of Allah, and his loved ones say why then does he punish you for your sins? No, you are just mortals of his creating. He forgives those whom he wills and punishes those whom he wills. To Allah belong the dominion of the heavens and the earth, and all that is between them. To him is the journeying. So it seems like this is just answering or critiquing what Jews and Christians claim. And so it says, O people of the book, now our messenger has come to you to make things clear to you after an interval between the messengers, so that you would not say, no messenger of good news or any warner came to us. Now a messenger of good news and a warner has come to you. Allah is able to do all things. And when Moses said to his people, O my people, remember Allah's favor to you, how he placed prophets among you, and he made you kings and gave you what he did not give to anyone among the worlds. O my people, go into the holy land that Allah has ordained for you. Do not turn back, for then you will turn back as losers. They said, O Moses, indeed a giant people are there, and indeed we are not going in until they go forth from there. When they go forth from there, they will enter. So it's a reiteration kind of the move of Moses into the promised land. Then two of those who feared spoke out, to whom Allah had granted favor. Enter in upon them by the gate, for if you enter by it, indeed you will be victorious. So put your trust if you are indeed believers. They said, O Moses, we will never enter while they are in it, so you and your Lord go and fight. We will sit here. He said, oh, my Lord, I have control of no one but myself and my brother, so distinguish between us and the wrongdoing of people. So this is what would you call this? Like a rewriting of what is in the Torah. So it's taking what's the stories that are in the Torah, and it basically is putting words in people. This is, even though the Torah doesn't say this, meaning it doesn't say Moses said this, the narrative is in it. Moses leaving Egypt and going into the promised land, into the wilderness, for 40 years in the wilderness, and then Joshua taking them into the promised land. It kind of puts words in their mouth. So that's pretty interesting. He said, for this land will surely be forbidden to them for 40 years, that they will wander on the earth bewildered. So do not grieve over the wrongdoing people, but recite to them the truth the tale of the two sons of Adam, how they each offered a sacrifice, and it was accepted from one of them, but not accepted for the other. He said, I will surely kill you. He answered, Allah accepts only from those who fear Allah. Even if you stretch out your hand against me to kill me, I will not stretch out my hand against you to kill you. Indeed, I fear Allah, the Lord of the worlds. Indeed, I would rather you would bear the punishment of the sin against me and your own sin and become one of the companions of the fire. That is the reward of evildoers. Always fire. But this mind imposed on him the killing of his brother, so he killed him and became one of the losers. Then Allah sent a raven scratching the ground to show him how to hide his brother's naked corpse. Now, this is not in the Torah. Again, these are just kind of additional writings, similar to that of like Gnosticism. The Gnostic Gospels, if you've ever read them, they're kind of like, fanfare, ancient fanfare. Jesus is so amazing. Let me write some cool, fiction based off of it. And it says, he said, woe to me, I am not able to be like this raven, and so hide my brother's naked corpse. And he became repentant. For that reason, we decreed for the children of Israel that whoever kills a human being for anything other than manslaughter or corruption on the earth, it will be as if he has killed all mankind. And whoever saves the life of one person, it will be as though he has saved the life of all mankind. Our messengers came to them of old with clear proofs, but afterward, indeed, many of them committed excesses on the earth. Again, it's doing a reiteration, an additional, an addition to the Torah and kind of the beginning of Joshua. The only reward for those who make war upon Allah and his messengers and struggle to sow corruption on earth will be that they will be killed or crucified, or have their hands and feet cut off on opposite sides. Yikes. Or be expelled from the land. Such will be their degradation in this world, and in the hereafter theirs will be an awful doom. So this verse just continues that dire punishment that is prescribed for the corruption and transgressions of the children of Israel, and warning to the Jews to stop their bad behavior, and that they're going to have all these things, basically kind of everything cut off, except for those who repent before you overpower them. For be aware that Allah is forgiving and merciful. O you who believe, be merciful of your duty to Allah and seek the way of approach to him and wage jihad in his way so that you may succeed. So there's the old jihad word, struggle. As for those who disbelieve, indeed, if all that is on earth was theirs, and the same amount again with it, to ransom them from doom on the day of resurrection, it would not be accepted from them. Theirs will be a painful doom. So in the midst of the context of war again, fighting, it talks about jihad. So it seems like the context is war so far in the Bible. They will want to come forth from the fire, but they will not come forth from it. Theirs will be a lasting doom. As for the thief, both male and female cut off their hands. That's what I mean. This jihad's always in this kind of context. It is the reward of their own deeds, an exemplary punishment from Allah. Allah is mighty and wise. So I imagine maybe in these cultures that really believe this, you might want to cut off the hands and, do those things to people who don't believe. Okay, let me find where I went from. Okay, cutting off the hands. But whoever repents after his wrongdoing and changes, indeed, Allah will forgive him. Indeed, Allah is forgiving, merciful. Don't you know that to Allah belongs the dominion over the heavens and the earth? He punishes those whom he wills and forgives those whom he wills. Allah is able to do all things. So it always speaks that Allah is able to do all things, and then he's going to forgive those who he wants to forgive and not forgive those who he doesn't want to forgive. O messenger, do not let those who compete with one another in the race to disbelief grieve you. Of those who say with their mouths, we believe, but their hearts do not believe. And of the Jews, listeners for the sake of falsehood, listeners on behalf of other people who do not come to you, changing words from their context and saying, if this is given to you, receive it. But if it is not given to you, then beware. He whom Allah dooms to sin, you will not help him at all against Allah. Okay, so Allah, we already saw, leads people astray, and he is the he's the schemer, the best schemer. And Allah also can doom you to sin. So he whom Allah dooms to sin, you will not help at all against Allah. So even though Allah wills you to unbelief, he also dooms you to sin. You're not going to get any help at all against Allah. Those are the ones for whom the will of Allah is that he does not cleanse their hearts. Theirs will be disgrace in this world, and in the hereafter an awful doom. I'm just highlighting some sections that I find kind of fascinating. Listeners for the sake of falsehood, greedy or illicit gain, if then they appeal to you, judge between them or decline to do so. If you decline, then they cannot harm you at all. But if you judge between them with justice. Indeed, Allah loves the just. How do they come to you for judgment when they have the Torah, in which Allah has delivered judgment? So this is the first mention of actually using the word Torah, which is kind of cool. In which Allah has delivered judgment, yet even after that they turn away. Such people are not believers. Indeed, we revealed the Torah, in which is guidance and light, by which the prophets who submitted judged the Jews and the rabbis and the priests by their portions of Allah's book that they were bidden to observe, and to which they were witnesses. So do not fear mankind, but fear me and my signs for a little gain. Whoever does not judge by what Allah has revealed, such people are unbelievers. So it seems like it's saying, hey, you unbelieved back then, and you're going to unbelieve now. And we prescribed for them in it life for life and eye for eye, and nose for nose and ear for ear. This is a quote, kind of quoting this eye for eye, tooth for tooth in the book of Exodus. And retaliation for injuries, but whoever forgoes it, this will be expiation for him. Whoever does not judge by what Allah has revealed, such people are wrongdoers. So far, the interesting thing is not so much what the Quran confirms in the Torah, but it's what is absent from the Torah. What is absent is a threat, the main theme. And the main theme is one of redemption and atonement, and at the sacrificial system, that there is a need for blood to be shed of animals to atone for the sins of Israel, if God were to dwell with them in the land. And so there's this atoning sacrifices, a whole book on it, by the way. A whole tribe of Israel is dedicated to this. It's called Leviticus. And it's interesting that it speaks of a baby being born very early on that would literally crush Satan's work of causing separation, sin, separation from humans and God. And that we don't see God outside. There's a separation between human beings and the deity, but that there would be a child that would be born that would literally defeat the work of Satan, which is causing death, separation from us and God. But that we see has been kind of snuffed out already in the Quran by saying, hey, the idea of Allah having a son, this whole thing has been said no. So it's really kind of interesting that it leaves out the main thing in the Hebrew Bible, and that rolls into the Christian New Testament, and that is this whole thread of redemption, needing atonement for sin, right? And instead it says that the way of purification, one of the surahs, is through war, that's how it happens, is you fight for Allah, and there's a purifying that takes place. So it's very kind of different. But whoever forgoes it, this will be okay. Whoever does not judge by what Allah has revealed, such people are wrongdoers. And we caused Jesus, son of Mary, to follow in their footsteps, confirming that he was before what was before him in the Torah, and we gave him the gospel, in which is guidance and light, and confirming what was before it in Torah, a guidance and a warning to those who fear Allah. So that's an interesting kind of statement. We caused Jesus, son of Mary, to follow in their footsteps, confirming what was before him in the Torah, and we gave him the gospel. It's interesting that it says we gave Jesus the gospel, instead of the idea that, no, Jesus is the good news. Yeah, no one gave Jesus the good news. He is the good news. But that's an interesting detail. Let the people of the gospel judge by what, this is, I take it, the Christians, judge by what Allah has revealed in it. Whoever does not judge by what Allah has revealed, such are transgressors. Okay. It is okay, and we have revealed to you the book with the truth, confirming whatever book was before it, and watcher over it. So judge between them by what Allah has revealed. So we should look to the Torah, and it sounds like the Gospels, to what Allah has revealed, and do not follow their desires away from the truth that has come to you. For each person we have established a divine law in a way. So it's kind of weird. It says, Allah confirms the book that was before it, and a watcher over it. So, it says, and we reveal to you the book with the truth. But it also says that it doesn't believe it. So, doesn't believe what was written before. So that's kind of interesting and seems very contrary. So judge between them by what Allah has revealed, and do not follow their desires away from the truth that has come to you. So it sounds like it's talking to Christians and Jews and saying, hey, you guys aren't doing the book, but Allah confirms your guys' books, but you guys aren't doing it, and you've messed it up, you've distorted it, and I'm going to reveal the truth of the matter, kind of thing. For each person we have established a divine law and a way of life. If Allah had willed, he could have made you one community, but so that he might test you by what he has given you, so compete with one another in good works. To Allah you will all return, and he will then inform you of what you disagree about. So judge between them what Allah has revealed, and do not follow their desires. But beware of them, so that they do not seduce you from some part of what Allah has revealed to you. And if they turn away, then know that Allah's will is to afflict them for some sin of theirs. Indeed, many of mankind are transgressors. So Allah's, one of his roles is to afflict men because of their sin. So he's kind of inflicting you with stuff, whatever it is. But he's going to afflict you because of your transgressions and sins. Especially those, Christians and Jews that just are not going to listen to Muhammad, or just don't believe in him. So again, this is all in Arabia. So this is a very, you get, Allah, Muhammad, you get really this Arabian kind of viewpoint of the Torah, the Hebrew Bible, and Jesus. And it says, it is a judgment from the time of ignorance that they are seeking. Or is it a judgment from the time of ignorance that they are seeking? Question. Who is better than Allah for judgment to a people that has certainty? Okay, I think I'll stop there. I kind of get the vibe for how the table is going. It is going to be definitely Jews and Christians heavy, and also a lot of critiques towards them for not believing in Allah and His messenger. Okay, so thank you very much. We're going to stop at 50, and we will start at 51 next time. Hey, thanks for checking it out. Bye-bye.